Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the channel, dudes. It's been a long time since I've uploaded. Been pretty busy early summer for me, but we're getting back to it now. We're gonna kind of change it up today. We're gonna work on this thing instead of the Accord. Still waiting on some things for that. This is my 96 Subaru Impreza L. It's pretty rough. It's kind of just used as a winter car, but I mean, it's still pretty fun. I kind of take it to any kind of mud I can find, just play with it, but it's been sitting a while. Put this new hood scoop on. I found it at the junkyard a couple months ago, threw it on, and the problem is it's right under that scoop because I had it parked on a hill. I think this little control box where all the plugs plug in got a bunch of water in it, so it's kind of misfiring intermittently right now. And I'm tired of seeing it sit. I want to play with it, so I figured, you know what, let's just get this thing running, do some plugs and wires on it, replace that box, see if it makes it any better. So we're gonna do that today. Let me show you guys what it's doing here. And I just put the battery in, so check engine light will turn eventually. Somebody stole my Cadillac inverter, so you know there's no O2 sensor either, but yeah, you can hear it right now even. It's pretty bad. But there's times that it sounds all right, and then there's times it sounds like a Subaru. And in this case, that's not a good noise because this car has equal length headers. So it shouldn't sound like it's misfiring like most Subarus do. So even though it sounds Subaru-ish, it's not how this one's supposed to sound. So we're gonna go ahead and fix all that. And then maybe we'll get some footage of ripping this thing. It did rain today. Might be able to get some footage of going through some puddles or something with this thing, because that's all this car is about. Got plug wires here. I think these maybe are the spark plugs, and then these spark plugs, and then we got the ignition control box and some other stuff, but that's what we got. I guess a little bit about this thing. It just has the fender wells cut out because they're really rusty. It has some 235 75 15s tires. You can tell they get a little chewed up when you hit full lock, but they're on some 15x8 wheels. I think it's a 4-inch backspace. I don't remember quite. It is a 5x114.3 lug pattern. I got some hub-centric adapters to make that work from the classic Subaru 5x100. And then as far as suspension goes, it's just Forester struts from I think like a 01 through 0 something. Early 2000s Forester. You just slap these on. They go on perfect. The rears needed a little adjustment for like one of the holes where it goes through the body, had to be like kind of hollowed out a bit. And then I think I needed, there's like a trailing arm back here. You have to get a one from I think it's a Forester as well, because it will center the wheel and the wheel well. Other than that, super simple setup. 5-speed. Absolute hog in the winter in the mud. So enough gib gab, jib jabbing, whatever you call it. Let's get to fixing this damn thing, have some fun with it. Now I might be a cheap bastard, everyone knows that. When it comes down to it, I'll go out of my way and I'll get the NGK stuff for these Japanese cars. The best thing you can do. Plugs, wires, and then the cheapest Chinese ignition coil I could find. I mean, that just makes sense, right? It's the right thing to do. This thing did say it met or exceeds OEM quality, but I don't know how much I believe that. we'll give it a go. We'll be better than this one that's busted up. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's everything unboxed. Now, let's just slap it in. Alright, fellers, we're gonna do a little experiment for science. We got this new one in. Boom. Everything else is old. Wires, plugs are still in there. We're gonna just turn it on and see if this maybe solved our issue. I mean, at least that way we'll know if we can keep this old one, keep it in the glove box in case, you know, we're out mudding and this thing gets wet or destroyed, you know, have one for backup. And just to see, I don't know, I like doing this kind of thing. And then also it's because I'm lazy, and if this fixes it, then I don't have to do the rest. All right, here we go. Oh, holy crap. This thing is shaking my arm so bad, like the camera's going crazy. Look at this. Like that's what it feels like in the driver's seat. Like that's probably a better representation of how much this is actually misfiring, or like the shakiness, you know? Yeah, that's not normal. Well, we failed science. But now we know that the ignition box wasn't the issue, so it could be a bad plug, could be a bad wire. Hopefully it's not a dead cylinder. I don't think it is because it comes on and off, so I think that plug might just be super fouled out. But down the list we go. Next up, wires and plugs. All right. New plug wires are in. Old plug still. So we know that this was good and this one's still good, right? Obviously brand new wires. So if we had a wire issue, this will solve it. And I did find out that this plug right here that goes to this back cylinder, that was the one that was misfiring. I had it running, I just kind of unplugged them, and you listen for the RPM to drop and it starts running like crap. And then obviously the cylinder that doesn't do anything is the one that's not firing anyway in the first place. So that was the one. I found out when I pulled this apart on the old plugs that one of the leads for that top right cylinder right here, this guy, that this like boot was kind of like plugged back like this instead of being farther up. So I don't know if it got yanked on, and maybe that lead was kind of like barely contacting where it needs to be. But we'll give it a go regardless. Nothing wrong with putting in GK wires and stuff. I mean, both my Civics have NGK wires, and I think I've had one set for over 10 years and never had to replace them. So it's a worthwhile upgrade, especially the torture we put this thing through. So let's jump in and see what's up. I don't know, I got a feeling that this could be it. Let's see. Put it in the comments below. Was it plug wires? Here's gonna be plugs or dead cylinder. I think we found our issue. Listen how smooth it is now. Before I would kind of blip the throttle and it would like almost backfire. Let's see. It's not shaking anymore. Let's go look at the under the hood. Because last time you could tell it was misfiring because the engine was super shaky. Let's look at it now. Oh yeah, I think that was it. Man, just something so stupid like that. Little plug got a little pulled out. Caused all that whole problem. All right, well, we got us something easy, but well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these plugs in. Might as well. So I'm gonna do that, but you know, it's kind of frustrating this car's parked so long just for something stupid, but I'm glad it was something stupid. This thing does need a lot of work though. It does leak quite a bit of oil. You know, it has power steering leaks. Front main I think is leaking. Rear main needs a throwout bearing. Well, it needs a body lift. They do make kits for this that actually will raise it another 4 inches. I mean, it's pretty tall already. I'm 6 foot tall, and this is where my eyes are. So, you know, this is pretty tall already, but an extra 4 inches would be awesome. But I'm gonna throw the plugs in and see how it runs. Pro tip: save your old stuff. I mean, we know 3 of them work, so throw them in the trunk. You never know. You're out mudding, you're in the snow, driving to work, so whatever. Start misfiring. You never know, man. Or someone else needs help. I've saved all of these forever, and they always come in handy, so throw them in the parts bin. Boom. Alright, here's the first plug. As you can see, it's about perfect, soaked in oil. That's fine. Yeah, it's not the best. I think that's why this thing might be running so rich. It's just not burning all the fuel. I mean, it's also because of the check engine light, but this thing gets shit gas mileage right now. I mean, big tires, shit spark plugs, check engine light. It's kind of a recipe for disaster. But until we can figure out and address these oil leaks, we'll just keep an eye on this, and then maybe, you know, every tank of gas, or we'll pull a plug out and see kind of how it's doing. But it's a little more oil than I appreciate on my spark plugs. So let's get the next one going, and we'll see if they look any better. Probably not. All right, got all the plugs out. Wasn't too bad on a non-turbo Subaru like this, but this is what we got. This is the first one we looked at, that was super oily. Okay, correlates to that plug there. The next one, yep, she old. I noticed that the 2 back plugs that are the more difficult ones to get to were just ancient, which I don't understand, because it's not really that hard on these. I mean, you just lift up the air box there, and this one you just get creative, getting in between like the washer tank, but that's it. Anyway, so what I found is 3 out of 4 plugs. Okay, 3 out of 4 were Bosch. 1 was an NGK, so that might be an original plug, because it looks just, pretty horrid. And then, so the 2 front most closest cylinders to the front of the car both had quite a bit of oil on them. Not sure if that's like a valve cover issue or what, or how oil is getting down in there, considering, I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, look at this guy. Now this was the back plug that was giving us the misfire that we confirmed, and the plug was kind of pulled out of there a little bit, but look at this thing. So the combination of the wire plus this nasty thing. Focus. Hello? There we go. So this thing is just trashed. Absolutely trashed. I don't think this one's been changed. I mean, I guess it has to. This is a Bosch plug too, and I don't think those are original for this car. But we're putting all NGK stuff in it now. Whole new wire set, ignition box, all 4 plugs all gapped down to, I think it's 0.044. And then this thing will be one step closer to, being more daily friendly, I guess. Better gas mileage than 10 miles per gallon, because that's getting old. Might need to swap these big tires off for something smaller, and then kind of swap these on if I'm going to have some fun, because, this little 4-cylinder is just screaming for its life when it's trying to move this thing around. So, but there it is. Let's go drive this thing. Little scrapage. test drive after the plugs, wires, a little tune-up action was successful. The car ran good. Just got it back from the wash because I had a bunch of stuff from the tree all over it. So I got it looking good, but look at, man, kind of showed me some problems. But on a car like this, I'll show you the quick fix for that. All right, this is how you fix rust in 2 seconds. All right. Jump in here. Oh, there we go. Perfect matching paint, right? Still a little wet, no big deal. Just give it a little. Yep. Oh, missed a spot. Yep. Yeah. Now, if the water gets in there, that's okay, because, well, I don't know. Who cares, I guess, you know? Oh, got a little bit right here. Let's just, yep. Perfect. Fixed is fixed. Got any more rust on this side? Oh my God. I can't be seen driving around like this. Oh, last spot. Right there. Yep. Boom. 2-minute rust repair. That's going to do it for this video, guys. We'll do more on the Subaru soon. I just wanted to kind of get it running better. Maybe we'll have a video of just straight ripping this thing. We will be taking it to a car show in a couple of weeks, so we'll definitely get some footage of that. But hopefully before then, we'll get some, you know, off-road and stuff with it, because that'd be fun. But until next time, we'll see you in the next one.